So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
On the ball.
They'll start on the ground with McCoy. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. The big man, Jarrell Casey, in on the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
To throw, it's Wentz. Throw left side is complete to Reed. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First carry for the rookie Nick Chubb. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
Let's go. Great.
Hey, 4 down.
Here's Wentz to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe.
It got his man complete. A big play there for L.A. 41 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the gun, it's Griffin. Looking deep for Hilton. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. So it's his 2nd miss of the game. They both hurt. This one especially so.
Yeah, you've got a chance to give your guys a second-half lead, and they're counting on you to put them in front. And I tell you, there's no one more disappointed than he is that he let his guys down.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. To throw is Wentz. And the Rams got it. They bring him down.
Really nice job there by Sam Hubbard getting home and getting a sack. And when I evaluated him, I had to write in my notes, don't underestimate his athletic ability, because so many times you watch him play, you notice the effort, you notice the motor, you notice the never give up. Sometimes you neglect that he actually is a really good player and knows how to sack quarterbacks.
Go.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And that is incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may.
And he can't get away. Gurley couldn't escape it, and that's going to be a safety. Well, I don't know if careless is the right word there, but bottom line, here in the 4th quarter, tie game, you can't do that.
You sure can, Brandon. And not only do you give up the lead, now you've got to turn around and punt it away from your own 20 as well. So it's really a double whammy with time starting to become a factor.
And out now come the Seahawks. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent can get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football. Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They'll go again to McCoy. 39. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
A give to McCoy. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Wentz now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They go now to McCoy. He's seen a ton of action this afternoon. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. Von Bell up to make the tackle. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hold.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
But we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Cameron Jordan in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. He's back to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Brandon LaFell, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done.
Run.
They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett, and his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff for Gurley. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Another carry now for Gurley. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.